Alright, I am choosing a very bad area to review this weapon, but it was the fastest way to get to it. So the next explosive weapon is the rocket launcher. A very powerful see? A very powerful rocket launcher. It launches 84mm rocket rounds. Alright, so you get this in both Outbreak 1 and 2, but when playing the regular scenarios, unlike the showdown scenario I'm doing right now, both the times you get the rocket launcher are at the very end of the final scenario. In Outbreak 1, you use it to fight the Thanatos R after he already mutated more. And in Outbreak 2, you can use it for a couple of the final bosses. You could use it on the Tyrant, or you could use it on the final Nynx battle. The rocket launcher is the most powerful weapon in both games. Has a firepower of 18,000 in Outbreak 1, but for some reason, I guess they dumbed it down to only 6,000 in Outbreak 2, and for some reason, it's quadruple 9 if you use it on the showdown scenario. And this is all based on the damage chart. Alright, so I'm not going to bother just testing out the rocket launcher because it only has one rocket, unfortunately. Now, I don't know if this is waived in Infinity mode, but I'm going to go ahead and test it right here in showdown mode on this regular Thanatos and see if it defeats him in one rocket. If it doesn't, then I have a survival knife on me and see how many slashes it takes to defeat him after he's been hit with a rocket. And then we might be able to tell how much damage it actually did. One rocket and 3 slashes from the survival knife. Okay, so that shows you the rocket launcher is very powerful. It just shortened the length that battle could have taken dramatically. Probably would have been better if I don't on this battle, but it's okay. So yeah, very powerful weapon. Recommended for the final boss only in both games. And it should save you a heck of a lot of time in defeating him and ammo. Alright, that is it for the rocket launcher. It's not the final explosive weapon. Not necessarily. Alright, now for the final explosive weapon, the bomb switch. Used to set off a tyrant's internal bomb device. So yeah, in the end of the road scenario in Outbreak 2, one of the enemies is the Mr. X tyrant. And what's cool though, his creator made sure to have a bomb planted inside in case it ever went out of control. And its trigger device is this bomb switch. So I am counting it as a weapon in this weapon review, even though it only has one use and only one enemy to test it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly use it. I personally, before this review, have never seen it myself, so I'm excited to see this. Hopefully it works and doesn't fuck up on me.
David?
Huh. Yeah, well, it takes quite a while, and that's very risky. You have to be, like, right up on top of him if you're gonna activate that thing. Damn. Alright, well, it's obviously planted inside his heart or something, because it was a tiny explosion. I kinda was expecting him a little bigger than that, but whatever. So that makes it very easy, in a difficult way, to defeat the tyrant early in the level. Now, you don't have to use the bomb switch right away. In fact, it might actually be better if you keep it until you face him later after he mutates, because you could still use it then. And I believe you could even use it in the Nynx battle, because he becomes a part of the Nynx, but his device is still planted in there. So I believe you could even use it in that battle as well. Alright, that was just a quick mention. That is it for the bomb switch, as well as all explosive weapons. Alright. Time for the final weapon of this weapon review. And you can only see it at the end of the decision scenario in Outbreak File 1. It is called the Ampule shooter. I don't have a lot of time to look it over, so I'm going to try to be as fast as possible. A compressed gas gun which fires special rounds. And what you need to use this are these daylight capsules. And you get those daylight capsules by finding 3 ingredients you need throughout the level, and you have to put them in the incubator, and it will generate those daylight serums. Alright, so use one of those on this final boss fight before the game ends. It literally only takes one of them, but you want to save one to get the best ending. Alright, so I'm going to quickly test it out right here, because what's funny is in Infinity mode, once you load one capsule into it, you have infinite ammo, so you don't need another one if you miss. It's funny. So I'm just going to quickly test it here. Alright, so I'm just gonna test it here now and use it on the Tyrant before they kill it for me. And that's the end of the game right there. Alright, so that is it for the Ampule shooter. And that concludes my weapon review of Resident Evil Outbreak and Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. I truly hope you viewers enjoyed these videos, because even though I had a blast making it since it was a return to older games, it still turned out to be one of the most difficult reviews of mine up to date due to the fact that I had to trek through entire scenarios of both games for certain weapons just to see a short glimpse of them. So I really hope you can appreciate the work I go through to make these weapon reviews for you guys. I apologize, however, for the amount of time these reviews take to get made. These recent times I found myself being busier with life than ever before, so I just don't have the free time I once had. I just hope you guys can forgive me for that. So since I tackled both games of the Outbreak series in one review, that finishes the Outbreak series when it comes to weapons. Now I only have one game series left and one standalone game to review the weapons of, and that would be the Survivor series and Resident Evil Gaiden respectively. So the next weapon review I plan to make, hence next video, will be Resident Evil Survivor Weapons Review. So look forward to that. Alright, this is Shankster94, aka TheGamerShankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time in Resident Evil Survivor Weapons Review. Peace out.